Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, Kimmie and Maurice, they had an interview with Foxo, Funky Dineva, and Claudia Jordan. And Kimmie seems like she is backtracking what she was stating on the Love and Marriage Huntsville episode when they were in the car speaking about she's basically faking having sex for Maurice. She's just going along with it. And I'm going to play the clip from a piece of the clip from them being in the car, and then I'm going to play a piece of the clip from the interview, because Kimmie, it's like she's really trying to, in my opinion, she's trying to protect Maurice, and she's making herself look really, really crazy.
I wouldn't think that you wanted.
How many times have I initiated it since July?
I'd say probably 50% of the time.
I haven't got.
About 50% of the time. Oftentimes when you come and you like lean over and then you throw it up on me.
That don't mean that I'm initiating every time.
Based on what I know now, I don't know if Kimmie's initiating sex. Normally when she, scoot back to me and throw a leg on me a little bit, then that's kind of how she starts initiating it. But now that just may mean that she wants to be close and cuddle.
It means I want to be close and cuddle.
But I don't want it to be only me thing.
Well, it's been only you.
So you've been faking.
It's been only you, bro.
So you've been faking. Yeah, it's not like
No, but there's plenty times you asked me, did you finish? I'm like, no. I mean,
but you'll say I was close and then.
So the gist of that was to prove to you that Kimmie stated that she hadn't been initiating anything. She just wanted to cuddle. Nothing's wrong with that. She's going through an illness. She said her libido was was low, and her sex drive was really low. Understandable in her condition. But when they asked her, do she feel pressured? This is her response.
That's not my man, even when I don't feel good. Am I nervous? Do I feel a way about the future of my marriage? And Maurice, if you could take back what you said, would you rephrase it, or do you stand on exactly what you said?
So for me, like I said, we filmed it and everything. For Kimmie, I never felt like he was going to leave me. That wasn't the case whatsoever. Yeah. However, even before our chemo issue came up, we already had conversation about our sex life. We talked about our sex life before we got married. So this is like an honest statement. In Kimmie's world, I had made up in my head 7 days was the limit. Like, I would never make my husband go more than 7 days. I don't care if we're angry. I don't care what's going on. That was always Kimmie's rule in her head. And so, in this case, we went about 2 weeks, and I was like, ugh. So it was my choice, because I know that that's fulfilling for both of us. It's fulfilling for both of us. Like, at the end of the day, he's not the only one missing out. I'm missing out, because I don't have the same climax. I don't have the same arousal. You know what I'm saying?
So, Kimmie, you backtracking here. First, you said that you haven't initiated anything. Now you're saying that you were the initiator, and you stated that that y'all had already had this conversation regarding sex before you were married. But the problem is, Kimmy, you weren't sick before you got married. So of course, just because y'all made that rule, or you made the rule, whomever made the rule, together, separate, whatever, the rule was made for 7 days. Kimmy, you can't do everything that you would normally do. The 7 days went out the window when you got sick. So why are you still covering for him? He was an asshole for real. What he said and what he's expecting, he's an asshole. And I understand that's your husband and you don't want to make him look bad, because if he look bad, then it makes you look bad because you're suffering through it and you're going along with it. But at the end of the day, you look like a fool, Kimmy. Anyway, another question they asked, Funky Dineva asked Maurice, do you think that you're being selfish by allowing her to suffer while she's fighting for her life, basically just to have sex with you? Maurice's answer was he had no knowledge that she was suffering, and he said that she surprised him on TV by telling him that she were that she was faking. And he stated that he still think it was admirable. Maurice, you are an idiot. I don't understand how anybody could think that you're a good husband, a nice guy, or anything. You are a monster. You are an idiot. And Funky Dineva asked him, do you think it would be okay for Kimmy to opt out of, that part of her wifely duties, pertaining to sex while she's going through her illness? Maurice said they don't have sex when she is not feeling good, unless he don't know that either. And I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me that you can't look at her and tell that she's sick and that she is not feeling well? You wouldn't let her have a party, but you will, but she can, turn over for you 3-4 times a day or several times a week. That's messed up. Claudia asked Maurice, will he rephrase anything that he stated regarding it being admirable, anything he stated regarding Kim, basically satisfying him during sex? And Maurice said his job is to protect his wife and all of the stuff. He went all off the deep end talking about how he's a protector. And he stated that he's only worried about, if Kimmy feels that his words weren't correct, if she felt that his words were trash, then he would change them. But he never changed his words. He never said, I'm sorry. He never said, I apologize. He never said anything like that. But at the beginning of the interview, they asked Kimmy, and Kimmy stated that she felt as though his words were disrespectful, and it was basically the verbiage that got to her. But when he was asked to rephrase, he didn't. And Funky asked them, has the feedback, people bashing them about Maurice's statements, have that, put a strain on their relationship? Maurice says he don't really care what people says. One day they hate you, one day they love you, and he's only worried about his immediate family. Long as Kimmy is good and the kids are good, then he's good. And Kimmy says she takes things with a grain of salt, and sometimes the fans go too far. And she also stated that, some of the comments were harsh, and some of the comments were on point, but mostly the fans go too far. Claudia told Maurice, well, you never rephrased your statement. You never said, you never backtracked, or you said you would, but you haven't. Maurice said there is no way to re-ring the bell. It's already out there. Whatever he said is already said. And he was like, Kimmy did something that a lot of women would not do. And he never wanted her to do anything to make herself uncomfortable. I'm like, Maurice. But the problem is that she did do it, and probably continuing to do it. And for you to sit up here and say that you can't rephrase what you said about her being admirable, and you need it, it's not a want, it's a need. You were totally disrespectful for someone that is taking up for you and willing to go the extra mile to make sure that you're happy and satisfied. And you couldn't even find it in your heart to change your words or at least offer up an apology. I know you can't take it back because it's already out there, but you didn't even prove that you didn't mean any of it by just apologizing and, saying something real nice, real positive while you were being interviewed. Maurice, I think you are a jackass for a husband. And that's just my opinion. And I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think.